my channel. As always, I am Sports Nerd. Today, I'm chewing gum for a video. Also, we're going to be talking about some of the biggest dark horses for National Football League, NFL as it's also called, most valuable player. In my opinion, of course. And they're going to be pretty crazy. They're probably going to be defensive players, which is impossible for them to get MVP, right? If you're not a quarterback, isn't it impossible to get MVP? Anyway, let's take it straight in the action. I think it's impossible to get MVP if you're not a quarterback. The first guy, I had to put him in here. We got Derrick Henry. As much as I hate him as a Colts fan, I had to put him in there. He's been a huge target for Tennessee. Proof being, his year low is 52% of the offensive snaps, which is low. And he still got 19 rushes that game. It was crazy. Also, if you remember on Sunday, when they got steamrolled in the first half by Cleveland, came back to make it a 6-point game in the end, but that was the only time he fumbled. The first half of their steamroll half, I'm going to call it. Yeah, okay. He can catch too also. He's not only a running guy, even though you see him run mostly. He can catch. He's had 15 receptions for 105 yards. And that's pretty good. If I came to the NFL, I couldn't get a single reception. They just hit me too hard. But anyway, another crazy thing is that on October 18th, against the Houston Texans, they're 4-8, so not the greatest team in the world, but they're not the Jets, let's say that. Not the Jets. He only took 22 rushing attempts, and he got 212 rushing yards in that game. Also, in only 1 over 7.5 of his rushes, only 7.5, I don't know what to call it, of his receptions came in this game. Remember, he has 15 receptions this year. This was 2 of his receptions, and this was just under half of his receiving yards, 52. 212 rushing yards and 52 receiving yards in the same game. That's what you call going off. You know what else is going off? When you can run for over 100 yards in a game. You know what's bigger than that? Doing it 7 times. That's exactly what Derrick Henry did. And what did doing that get you? Added on to the other great rushing games, he's already run for over 1,000 yards. Last time I heard of a guy do this crazy, he was last year's Derrick Henry, but next week's week 14, and he's already over 300 yards past it. Derrick Henry's an animal, and that's why he's a dark horse, because he's not a quarterback. Now we're going to look at, in my opinion, and a lot of others' opinions, the best wide receiver in the league. His name starts with a D, and then has a K and nothing else. It's DK Metcalf. So, DK, I called him the best receiver in the league. It might not be true. I really don't know. Tell me who you think the best receiver in the league is in the comments below. Anyway, DK has 1,119 receiving yards. And that's like, in 12 games, that's pretty good, but that's not anything to squander over. Keep in mind, Russell Wilson has other targets that he's got to throw to, like Tyler Lockett and friends. So he only had 63 receptions to do that, which is crazy. I mean, it's no Randy Moss, it's still really good. Actually, if you do the division like me, because I'm sweaty for these videos, you get 17.8 yards per reception, which is pretty good. Very, very good. Also, this isn't the greatest stat. There's a couple of not too great stats because, well, I really don't know. I probably should have picked somebody else, but he scored 9 touchdowns over 12 games. Remember, Tyler Lockett and friends. Russell Wilson's got to throw to him. So, 3/3 a touchdown a game in just 12 games. That's nothing to laugh over. So, I mean, he's not bad. What shows that he's not bad is that he can also run the ball. I mean, well, he hasn't done it this year, but he did run it twice last year. And with his speed, oh boy. He only last year got 2 for 11 yards or 5.5 as his average, but he had a 7-yard rush last year, which means he also had a 4-yard rush, but at least that's still pretty good. And you know what else is good? If he did run the ball, he'd have good ball security for that. Because he has the same amount of fumbles as the last guy we talked about. Remember him? Derrick Henry. Uno fumbles. 1. And you want to know why? In my opinion, because he's a total freak out wide receiver. He's 6'4", 229. Yes, DK is a wide receiver at 6'4", 229. Do I have to say anything else? Guys, now for our last one. Probably the biggest dark horse because he's a tight end. But he's got Pat Mahomes as his quarterback. Yeah, you just figured it out. It's Travis Kelce. Anyway, let's just start off with he's played as many games as everybody else on here. In 7 of those games, he has 8 or more receptions, which is pretty good. Let's say pretty good. Once again, I couldn't do that, so if I can do it, it's bad. If I can't do it, then it's good. I can't do it, so it's good. But the Jets are bad because I can do what the Jets are doing. Not get a single one. Anyway, also, he has 82 receptions for 1,114 yards. Not as good as DK, but I already mentioned he's a tight end. A tight end. With those numbers. I know with those numbers. It's like I'm getting tased. It's so crazy. You know what else is crazy? To get 159 yards and only 10 receptions. And he also did that. I don't even care if it was against the Panthers. Anyway, he even has 8 touchdowns this year. Tied second for his career high. And he's played 12 games, not 16. And keep in mind, 1/4 of those touchdowns came from the Carolina game. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, he's missed one game in the past 7 seasons. Count your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. One game. I'm not going to do the math right on the spot. That's a lot of games. Guys, sports nerd. Tell me who you actually think is going to win MVP in the comments section. Where else is it going to be, huh? In my email? Anyway, who I think is actually going to win MVP is maybe Russell Wilson gets his first finally. Drew Brees didn't break his ribs. Maybe Drew Brees. They deserve MVPs. Goodell, give them MVPs anyway. I don't even care if Drew Brees goes on next year to have the worst season of his career. He's probably going to be out all year. But just give him the MVP anyway. Anyway, basketball video on the 13th. Until that basketball video, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.